Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another weekly weigh-in and a discussion video. This one will be pretty short. I always film these videos right before I have to start work, so I have to start work here soon. Actually, I'm a little bit ahead of schedule. The topic I'm going to talk about today, I feel like is something that will really help people as, we navigate through this busy season. A lot of people are, you're out shopping or you're just visiting with friends, or you're working, or you're traveling, and I wanted to give you some tools on building better snacks. You guys notice I don't snack a lot, but when I do, I'm trying to be very intentional about the pairings of my snacks and the things that I look at. I mean, we all know how to read a nutrition label on food, and we know to look at it to see it's like how many calories does it have, how much fat does it have, how many carbs does it have, how many protein, grams of protein does it have, and we're all pretty, I think, well equipped over the years of being on our journeys, having strategies for like mindful snacking. If not, I can talk about that at some point. But again, do you really know how to build those better snacks? Even if you're being mindful of the snacks you're having and being mindful of snacking, like you are not just aimlessly snacking, you're being very mindful about when you have your snacks. If you're not having the right kind of snack, then it's really not going to be good for your day and for your journey. So we're going to talk about the keys to building a better snack. So the number one key to having the best snack is making sure that it includes healthy proteins, fats, and carbs in every snack. So you want to have this combo, and this combo will keep you full and satisfied longer. So we want protein, fat, and carb in every snack. So what are like some healthy sources of carbs? So like fruits, veggies, whole grain crackers, popcorn, what kind of veggies? So you could have, berries are a really good thing for sure, because usually those are pretty high in fiber as well as carbs. So if you want to stick with like berries, you have like the leafy greens, we have broccoli, even like, potatoes, sweet potatoes, carrots, celery, and then of course, like I said, like whole grain crackers. You could even have whole grain bread, pretzels, popcorn. All of those things are sources of like fiber rich, carbs. Now, as far as like healthy fats and proteins kind of go hand in hand. So you have like nut butters. Nut butters have healthy fats and the protein. Nuts, again, protein and the healthy fats. Hummus, you have both in that as well, because hummus is typically made with some sort of oil. And if you buy a really good hummus, it's made usually with like olive oil. Plus you get the protein from the chickpeas that are used to make the hummus, or even any kind of bean hummus is going to have some sort of protein in it. So it has that good combination of proteins and fats. Greek yogurt is another good example, plus it's 0 points, and you can just use plain non-fat Greek yogurt, dress it up with some things, and again, you get that healthy fat, and you get the, you're not going to have fat in that, but you're going to get the good protein in that. But you can add some healthy fats to the Greek yogurt to make it that combo that's going to satisfy your hunger. Cottage cheese, hard-boiled eggs. So hard-boiled eggs are another example of protein and fat all in one. Also, when you are kind of putting your snacks together, I recommend keeping them between 100 to 200 calories, or 250 at the most. I usually aim to go no more than 250 calories on my snacks. Oh, also some other sources of fat, dark chocolate. So I mentioned chocolate earlier. Dark chocolate is definitely a good source of has like, some of the good stuff is in dark chocolate, some of the different antioxidants and all that. You can get some granolas. You just have to be careful how much, how many calories granola has, but you don't need to have a full serving. But there are usually some sort of whole grains in there, some nuts, and some healthy fats built into granola. Avocados are another good source of a healthy fat that has the type of fat that we really want to focus on putting in our body. Trying to see what else I have on my list. Oh, seeds. So sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, all those kind of seeds are also a really good source of healthy fat. Some examples of healthy snacks that I put together using this kind of combo that's going to satisfy your hunger and your cravings. Apples with nut butter. So apples are a good source of carbs, good source of fiber. The nut butter, make sure that when you're choosing your nut butters that you're choosing something that does not have any extra added sugar. Over time, you will not even know the difference, and the other kind of peanut butter is not going to taste good to you. So really be mindful of reading those nutrition labels and looking at what is in your nut butter. But pairing apple with butter is one of my favorite things to put together. And actually to even amp up that protein even more, a lot of times I will take some plain non-fat Greek yogurt, slice up an apple, put it in there, and then also put in a tablespoon or two of some sort of nut butter and just mix it up. Oh my goodness, you guys, that is so good. I love Greek yogurt with some sort of nut butter. Either almond butter, peanut butter. I've kind of discovered the nuts and more butters, and so I'll put some of those in there with a chopped up apple. It is so decadent tasting. It is so good. And then you really get that protein, those healthy fats, and you get just a little bit of sweetness from the apple, and it's really good. Another thing I like to do is get some sort of whole grain crackers. So you guys know I like those La Panzanella ones. I don't even know if, I get the whole grain ones of those, and I love those paired with Laughing Cow cheese. Or you could just have whatever kind of reduced fat wheat thins or some Triscuits or something, whatever kind of crackers you want. The Wassa crackers, the crisp breads, I have been trying to find those. I have not found those in a long time. I'm gonna have to go to the store that I know carries them that I don't usually shop at. But I love those crisp breads, and they're like Wassa, and you get, they're pretty good size. They're like about this big. And I really like to have those with Laughing Cow. Another thing I like to have those crackers with is taking some just plain chicken breast like in a can. So I'm not a tuna person. I do not like tuna, but if you like tuna, you can do this with tuna also. So you can get those packages of tuna, which are super high in protein, and just put them on those whole grain crackers. And maybe if you even want, add some Laughing Cow cheese. But tuna has also those healthy fats in there, plus you get the protein, and then you have the little bit of carbs from those crackers. But I do it with chicken breast. So I buy the Kirkland chicken breast at Costco, and I will just take some of that and I put just a little bit of Greek yogurt into it just to kind of make it a little bit creamy. Sometimes I add mustard, and then I just like to spread that on one of those Wassa crackers for a snack. So good. You can also pair it with some fruit if you want. But again, that has all of that combo in there of your, fats and carbs and protein that is really going to keep you full. Plain non-fat Greek yogurt with berries. You can add in some nuts, some granola as well. Again, just try to aim for no more than the 100 to 250 calories, depending on how many calories you eat a day. And I know if you don't count calories at all and you're just counting points, just be mindful of your serving amount, especially on a thing like plain non-fat Greek yogurt that is 0 points right now for everyone. Still be mindful of the serving. I highly recommend looking at the label, and if it says, I think a lot of times if you buy the big tubs of plain non-fat Greek yogurt, the serving is 2/3 of a cup. I recommend don't go over that 2/3 of a cup. Weigh it out on a scale. Do that serving, and then add in all your stuff. And sometimes I'll even do a little bit less than that, because those little cups of yogurt that you buy are only 5 ounces. So sometimes I'll just weigh out the 5 ounces and then add on my berries and granola or nut butter or whatever I'm adding in with my yogurt. Popcorn. So popcorn now is 0 points for all of us. I have a microwave popcorn popper. I also am getting a air pop popcorn because I do plan on wanting to eat more popcorn. Plus I have some recipes that I'm making that I think will be easier if I have an air pop popcorn. Anyway, but you could have like your air pop popcorn. You could pair that with maybe some dark chocolate. You could even take a serving of dark chocolate and you could slice it up and put it in with your popcorn. You could have like a hard-boiled egg on the side to add in some protein, because that's the only thing, like with popcorn, you want to add in some protein, so just have some hard-boiled eggs with your popcorn, or some cheese or something. I mean, it just seems kind of like an odd pairing. You could add some nuts with it. You could just do popcorn, a little cup of popcorn with a serving of nuts or something. Just try to add something in with that popcorn, or you'll be like me where I can just sit there and just shovel the popcorn in, because I feel like I am never like getting full from it. And I think if you add in some other things with your snack, with your popcorn snack, then you're gonna find that you will not eat 400 calories worth of popcorn. I don't know, I feel like that's a lot of popcorn, but y'all know what I mean. Cottage cheese, I love cottage cheese. Now I personally, as far as the fat-free cottage cheese, I only use that for cooking. But I personally like to eat the 2% fat cottage cheese, so that's what I buy for eating. And then for cooking, I use the fat-free because it is 0 points. I just don't enjoy the taste as much with fat-free cottage cheese. I love cottage cheese with two different things. So cottage cheese is going to get you the protein. If you do get the 2% fat, you're going to get a little bit of healthy fat in there. If you get the fat-free, then you're going to want to make sure you add some fat. So my suggestion is adding in some avocado to your cottage cheese. I love cottage cheese with avocado. Cottage cheese is a very high source of protein, just like Greek yogurt. I believe it even has more protein than Greek yogurt. So a lot of times I'll just have the cottage cheese because I know I have the kind with fat in there. I add some avocado. Another way I like to do it is the cottage cheese with some pineapple. That's one of my favorite ways to do it, because then you're getting a little bit of carbs with the pineapple. You're getting carbs also with the avocado. So that is my favorite thing to do. And I put a little bit of, when I add the avocado with the cottage cheese, I put some of the everything but the bagel seasoning on top. So good. With the pineapple and the cottage cheese, I don't usually add anything, but I know chili lime seasoning is also really good with that. The other thing is I like celery. So celery with nut butter, celery with like some Laughing Cow cheese on there. That is really good. So those are all just some examples of putting a combo together to create something that's going to really crush your hunger. Okay, so now let's go into this week's weigh-in. So y'all know my goal is, again, to maintain, not gain this month. I'm just really focusing on my life, focusing on things I need to get done with this holiday season, focusing on Vlogmas, and just focusing on family and all of that. But I am being very mindful of the program. I'm really trying to get into a groove again with Weight Watchers, since it just changed to kind of the old new program. And I'm just trying to get into that groove. And if you guys remember, I was not on Freestyle for very long before I quit Weight Watchers, and I was never on the blue plan. So those are all things that they are comparing this plan to. So for me, it really is getting back into the groove again and just reminding myself how I did the program before when I did do Freestyle. And so I've been really, really mindful of that. I have not been doing very well with tracking, double tracking. Like, I've been tracking on Weight Watchers, but not doing as well tracking in my Lose It app. I've been doing it periodically just to check my protein, but I'm just being very mindful of my choices when I have, again, snacks and my breakfast and my lunch and my dinner. I'm just being very mindful and making sure I'm making sure things have the protein in them. I make sure I'm just being a variety of things and just making sure I'm trying to hit that protein. And I feel like I'm doing very well with that. After the new year, I am going to go back to double tracking, trying to hit my macros as well as my Weight Watcher goals. So this week was a pretty huge win for me for a couple reasons. One of them was it was that time of the month for me. I was 10 days late when I started, so it was kind of a rough one this month. And it was there my entire week. So if you remember, my weigh-in day now is Wednesday. You're just not seeing these videos till Saturday because I'm trying to get caught up with editing. So for me, it just makes it a little easier if I can film these on Wednesday and then just have a few days to get it edited and get it put up. Anyway, so my entire week, so I started on Friday, and just this entire week it did not end until Wednesday. And so so that's a huge, so when I tell you it's like actually a pretty huge win when I tell you what my loss was. So I lost 2.2 pounds this week, y'all. So for considering this a month of maintaining, not gaining, I'm doing very good with losing, because last week I lost 1.6. This week I lost 2.2, and I'm just not worrying about it. You know, it's like, is this the secret to just going and not, you know, and I know I've done this before where I've just kind of just going with the flow, but then I'll usually hit a roadblock, and that's roadblock is usually because I'm not eating enough calories, and that's why I did institute the double tracking at one point. So I know that I'm just going to still continue through the month, but I am ecstatic about the 2.2 pounds because I knew I did really good this week. I knew I just did what I did, you know. I was just going with the flow, and I was eating the things that I had planned to eat, and I had a couple roadblocks along the way, but I was able to get around that, and it's been going really well. So yes, I am very excited about this, and hope you guys all are doing well as well. Anywho, let me know down in the comment section if you guys are, I know a lot of you are also doing kind of maintaining, not gaining, not worrying about your weight loss through the rest of the year. But let me know how you guys are doing with whatever your goals are for December. Let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.